Hey everyone, it's Insko here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing a very overdue video. I'm going to be doing a setup tour. Now, I've done one of these videos like 2 years ago, and as you can probably imagine, a lot of stuff's changed since then. In this video, I'm just going to be going through my setup that I have at the moment and all of my equipment and everything. There's a link in the description if you want to check out any of my stuff. I've created like a list where you can just go through and look at it all. And I also want to point out, I'm pretty sure I said this in the last video, but I'm not making this video to intend on flexing on anyone. I'm literally just doing it because people have asked for an updated setup tour and I thought I might as well show you it. I am going to be doing a second video that's kind of similar to this one on my second channel where I actually show you my whole bedroom and everything that I have in my bedroom, whereas this one is just for my setup. So if you're interested in that, there's a link in the description to my second channel if you haven't already subscribed over there. But without further ado, let's get into it. Right, so grand reveal. This is what we're working with. Now, I ain't going to be going through all the stuff up there or all the stuff down there or anything like that. I'm just going to be talking about everything that's on the desk pretty much. As much as I do enjoy all of this stuff, I do think it's a little bit cluttered. But when you watch my bedroom tour, you'll see that I really just don't have a lot of room in my room. However, in like July/August time, I am actually moving house. I'm going to be doing like a whole series of building an actual music studio and a gaming setup and everything. And I can't wait for that. Anyway, for now, let's talk about this. What should we start with? Chair, I'm not even going to mention. This chair is honestly the worst purchase I've ever made. You really can't tell on camera, but this chair is not straight on the bottom here. It's slanted. Instead of it being like that, it's like that, and it's awful. I hate it so much. These are socks that I put on there because these just broke away, and it's just all around an awful chair, so don't even bother trying to check that out. There is no links for that. Right, so maybe let's start with the PC. Ignore all of this. Honestly, I should have probably sorted out my cables before making this video. I know it's a mess. I'll do like some cool cinematic shots of my camera in post, and then you can read the specs and everything on the screen as well. But yeah, I've had the PC since what, like August last year. I think I made a video of me getting it actually and like unboxing it and everything. Okay, so looking at the rest of the setup, the mouse mat, there's no link for this because I made this myself on a website. It's like a custom mouse mat. It's a pretty cool mouse mat, and yes, it does hang off my desk. I ordered the wrong size. My desk is actually tiny. I know it doesn't look like it is, but it is because it's like a free tier thing. This drawer under here pulls out. I've got a bunch of random stuff on it, so I'm not going to pull it out. But I never really use that anyway. But on top of the mouse mat, we got my keyboard, which is a Razer Black Widow V3 Mini 65% wireless keyboard. Yes, I have it plugged in and it's a wireless keyboard. Leave me alone. But it's fairly good. I got this maybe like 6 months ago. It's a really tiny keyboard, but it's really nice. It has yellow switches as well, so I don't know if any of you are like keyboard nerds, but this is what it sounds like. I don't know, it sounds all right. And then obviously mouse goes with a keyboard, so let's talk about the mouse. It isn't Razer. I know I'm mixing brands here, it's forbidden. This is a Corsair Harpoon wireless, and yes, it's also plugged in at the moment. It's charging though, that's my excuse. I do normally have that wireless. Above that, over here, we've got my Stream Deck. This is a 15 key Stream Deck, and it has like everything I need in it. So I've got like folders set up on it, so if I want to live stream, it takes a minute to load, but like there are all my things for my OBS. And then it just has everything like that on there. It also has my YouTube account up here, which is kind of cool. Oh, and then if I press this one, it literally just shows my logo. There's no need for that at all. I just thought it was cool. These also aren't included in the setup, but this is just like Avatar things if you've watched that anime. I don't actually watch anime. I just used to watch Avatar when I was a kid, and I do want to watch it again because it's pretty good. But yeah, this is literally just a pop figure here. It's just this cool thing. I quite like it. And then behind it there are just like some pop figure pins, which are kind of cool. Then moving along the desk, we got headphones. As you can see, I have absolutely worn these headphones out. I've had them about 5 years, but they've done me good. These are the Bear Dynamic DT770 Pro 250 ohm headphones. They're very good, but believe it or not, I actually have a new pair of headphones arriving tomorrow. Terrible timing to do a setup tour, I know, when I'm getting something new. But I am actually going to be doing like a little bit of an unboxing and first impressions video on my second channel. So that's another reason to go subscribe to that if you haven't already. They've definitely lasted me a long time though. They are good. They're just wearing away now. That's literally the only reason I bought a new pair. And these are plugged into my Go XLR, which I also bought fairly recently. Ignore my vitamins there. If I don't leave them on my desk, I forget to take them. But no, this Go XLR was actually a really really great investment. I bought it mainly because I wanted to have control over different applications and stuff really easily. And also it adds things like compression and EQ and stuff to your microphone. So it's like an all-in-one kind of thing. It's the mini version, but it does me pretty good. And yes, next to it, I do have another audio interface here. This is a Complete Audio 1 audio interface. I actually won this in a giveaway, and you're probably wondering what I use it for. I plug my guitar into that, and also this button here controls the volume of my speakers. So if I ever want to play anything out loud, I just play it through that audio interface and turn it up with that knob there. And as I mentioned, speakers, these are my speakers here. They're Pioneer DJ speakers. They're okay. They're not the best thing in the world. I am going to be getting new speakers when I move house and make my studio and everything, but I have had them for like 7 years and they're pretty decent. Then another thing I mentioned was my microphone, which my Millennium hat's on at the moment. If I just swivel this around here, this is my Shure SM7B microphone. I also bought this fairly recently. I broke it as well, which was great, but the microphone still works and everything's fine. It's a really, really good microphone, actually. Like, being completely honest, this microphone is kind of costly compared to other microphones, but I heard really good things about it. I thought, why not just get it and see what it's like? And it's actually a really good microphone. But even though every YouTuber ever has this microphone, I really do recommend it. It is a really good mic. But buying something like a Go XLR with it is almost like mandatory to make it sound really crisp, but it's definitely one of my best purchases. And then what that's attached to is this boom arm here, which is just a Rode boom arm. I've had that for like, what, 10 years now? A very long time. And that just kind of sits under my shelf like that. I'm quickly interrupting this little setup tour just to say that my brand new website is now live. I've spent so long working on this website and there's so many things on there if you want to go check it out. The link is in the description. And one of the new things is Insko merch. So at the moment there's only 3 things available, which is this crew neck jumper, this hat that I have right here, but as you can tell, it's really faded. I've dyed this hat and everything, so if you buy one, it ain't gonna look like this. And then there's also this Insko t-shirt as well. I don't expect anyone to buy anything, but I really would appreciate it if you want to support the channel. All of this stuff is really high quality stuff as well. Like, it's all sewn on, there's no printing or anything on it, so it's gonna last a long time. And as another incentive as well, if you did want to buy anything, you can use code LAUNCH10 to get 10% off. That code's gonna be available for the next week only. But thank you for all the support, and let's get back on with the video. Okay, moving along, let's talk about the monitors now. This monitor here is an AOC 32-inch curved monitor. It's 144 Hertz and 1440p. It's pretty good for gaming and stuff, which I don't really do anymore, so it's kind of pointless. But no, it's a really good monitor. I haven't had it too long either. I've probably had it maybe like 1.5 years. And then this one over here, which I'm reading all of my notes off of. This is actually a widescreen monitor, if you can't tell. It's normally meant to be this way around, but I have it up that way. And let's just read it off my notes here. This monitor is an LG ultra-wide 25-inch 60 Hz 1080p monitor. Nothing too fancy. I've probably had that about 5 years. I've actually gone through about 5 different monitors. I just kept buying monitors for ages because I was like, oh, this one's better. I had 3 monitors set up at one point, then I had 2 monitors, I had 1. I just kept changing my mind all of the time, but I decided to have this one like that just because it was more convenient whenever I'm making my videos or just trying to have multiple things open at once. Moving on, let's talk about my camera up here. I'm not even going to mention this ring light because it's just a very typical ring light. You could probably buy one anywhere. The camera itself, okay, is another thing like the microphone. It was a little bit of a hefty price, but it was 100% worth it. I bought these things to make my YouTube quality better, right? If I don't have a good sounding mic and a good quality camera, then it's just not gonna be a great looking video, is it? So this camera here is a Sony ZV-1 vlogging camera. As you can see, I've got cables plugging into it because it plugs directly into my PC. So all I have to do is load up my OBS software and then it will stream my camera live into the software. And that's how I record my reaction videos. I've got it all set up here, so they're all in different channels so I can control the volume of Spotify and my mic and everything in the edit if it's too loud or too quiet. But yeah, there's like 0-second delay as well. It's great. It's a 4K camera, or you could do 1080-60, which is what I've been doing at the moment. But yeah, I highly recommend it. If you have the buck for it, it's 100% worth it. It's 10 times better than the previous thing I had, which was a Logitech Brio camera. That was a webcam that I used to have, and it was awful. I'll show you like a thing here of the quality. It was so bad. Right, next thing I guess we should talk about is the desk, considering I mentioned it earlier and I didn't say what it was. This is a 3-tier studio desk from Gear for Music. It's a decent desk. I mean, I've definitely dinged it a couple of times. There's so many dents and everything in it from where I've moved stuff around. But it's lasted me well. Again, going to be getting a new desk when I move. But I've had it about 3 or 4 years and it's still a pretty good desk. And like I said, I'm not going to be going through anything up here. These are just like some pop figures and Lego stuff, and those were my nan's dogs, which I grew up with, who sadly aren't with us anymore, which is also what all of this here is about, if anyone was wondering. And then this stuff down here, again, it's all a load of just like random stuff. I've got a little Cloud Kid thing there, if you know that YouTube channel. And then one of my friends bought me this as well, of my song We're Just People, which is pretty sick. And as for the soundproofing, I know it's completely random. I just needed to put something in this wall, and I had loads of soundproofing just laying around, and I thought, hey, at least it looks cool. It doesn't actually do anything to the acoustics in my room. And you know what, we'll do like a little teaser of the bedroom tour, right? I have a signed cover art of Ascend by Elenium, and it's actually hand signed by him. This thing is like my pride possession. And actually, one more thing I'm going to mention is my DJ decks, just because I've left the links and everything in that link. I know these aren't technically a part of my setup, but it is a part of music and everything. So these are the Newmark NV2 DJ decks. It's an all-in-one thing. Although there's only 2 decks, you can actually play up to 4 songs at once with this. I don't use it nowhere near as much as I should do, but they're a great pair of decks. And as for everything else in my room, you have to wait for that room tour. But anyway, that's the end of my setup video. I hope you did enjoy it. Let me know what you thought of it in the comment section down below. Also, let me know if you buy anything as well. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe and turn on notifications if you haven't already. But my name is Insko, and I hope to see you next time.